Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yamazaki. So, Katakami, which is a very decorative paper, my company is making and selling that to Katakami, and I'd like to explain first of all the procedure to make the Katakami. So first of all, with a brush, we scoop the ingredient on the left, mix with water, and that is pasted on the hangi, the wood block. The wood block is set on the table, and then the paste is placed from a kind of a filter, and from the filter, the filter material is a kind of the cotton or the silk, and the paper is placed like that. We don't use a baren like a ukiyo-e. We use a hand to smoothen, to settle the paper. The pattern of the wood brick is connected on top, bottom, left, and right, and the pattern is continuous, although the absolute size is very big one, and he is printing the third layer. When the pattern is proceeded, pattern attachment is proceeded, the area with the color expands. So we use a kind of stick to support the paper to be stable. And on the left hand side there is nailed wood plate. So pattern would be stabilized. When the pattern coloring is proceeded, the wood will prevent them going too far. And very unique color appears when the paper is detached from the wood. This is a paste, funori. Funori is a kind of a seaweed, which is the original material of the paste. It's boiled and it's filtered like that. Sometimes, because it's a seaweed, the seashells gets in, but they are filtered in this process. And as a pattern of the Polonia on top is not smooth, a little bit rough, but this unevenness is a unique character. I'll explain some of the patterns, classical patterns of Katakami. This is called a kind of arabesque, coming from China to Japan. It's not Japanese, it's more like a continental. And this is a takarazukushi, treasures pattern. And the happo of China and zappo of Japan was combined. And both are combined into these kinds of a lattice. And this is Fusecho Maru. This is a Senke Ogiri, and this is a tea ceremony master house prepared this pattern. This is a kind of a rabbit turning to the other side. The Chinese story tells that the rabbit is living in the moon and making rice paste mochi. They are pounding the paste of mochi in the moon, and that story comes from China to Japan, and we recreated the story. This is cherry blossom pattern. It's very pale and you can't identify. Lots of cherry blossom pattern is in Katakami because Japanese people like cherry from the past. It's a kuchiki, it's a decayed tree. It's a tree which is old and insects are biting a bit of a tree bark. You may wonder why this kind of a decay tree can make any pattern at all, but still we find the beauty in this kinds of uneven surface of a bark of a tree, which is bitten by the insects. And this is kind of a postcards made from this old pattern. The combination of the color and the pattern can be that simple for mass production. For example, the gold pattern on the red can be sold for certain quantity, like a 10 meter, or right, just for the purpose of the reception tonight. If the customer wants a kind of wave pattern, we can create it with our own methodology. This is on the ground of silver plated base. We paste we put the flower pattern. It is a little bit discolored with over time, not very flat surface. This methodology is from a very ancient time, and we applied this ancient methodology for trial. The karakami is originally used for the paper sliding door, but nowadays Japanese house does not have a paper sliding door so much, but I believe still people like this karakami or special paper. So even Japanese children growing nowadays, when they get old, they still remember karakami or paper sliding screen. And I hope we continue producing that which is loved by Japanese people. Thank you.